Hello, Donna here. I've got a Your Creative Studio subscription box. This is a little box packed full of vintage stationery and rubber stamps, stickers, you name it. It's got so much in here that you're just going to love. If you haven't seen one of these boxes before being unboxed on YouTube, you are really going to be amazed at what you get for the price. If you go and check out these vintage stationery subscription boxes on Your Creative Studio's website, you can actually buy the subscription on a month-to-month basis. You get a discount if you buy 2 months. So go and check it out. You are not locked into a contract. You can get it whenever you want it and then just don't get it anymore if you can't afford it. When you open it up, you get this amazing tissue paper. And what I do is I take it apart carefully so I can reuse it. So this is from the last box. This theme, as you might have guessed, is the binder clip theme or the bulldog clip theme. These are original bulldog clips. These are vintage. I used to have tons of these because I've got a secretarial background. I wish I'd have kept them all, but I haven't. So these are what I've kept from days gone by. You can see these have been fairly abused. They're warped and they're cracked, but I've still got 2 of these. They're in a very large size, but these are great. So I'm going to show you how to make something like this, but in a mini version after we've unpacked this box. You get a little thank you card straight off the bat, and whatever's on this card will give you an indication of what contents are in the pack. Okay, so now I've got the sticker freed up, I'll be able to reuse all of this whole piece of tissue paper. So these are the bulldog clips that I've picked up first. There's this really cool one here. They are workable clips. They are good to go. This one here is very similar to the clipboard I just showed you. So we'll make a mini clipboard out of either one of these. I'm not sure yet. So they're really cool, vintage looking. We've got here, it will usually tell you what it is on the package. So this is a cling stamp. Get that one out. And I'll use that on something so you can see what it looks like. Then we got a little washi. What I do when I get these out of these little bags, I always recycle these little bags as well. So I can take this sticker all the way off. I can reuse that and stick it in one of my journals. So the washi tape is the bulldog clamp themed as well. Pretty striking colours on all of these products. This one here is another cling stamp. It'll be a different size to that first one. Got a little envelope packaging that I can reuse. And this is a fancy bulldog clip. I use these stamps all the time. Every time I get one of these boxes, the first thing I do is go and use one of these. And every time I get a really good quality transfer of this image. This is a pack of possibly, stickers. These would be vintage stickers. They could have a variety of stickers in here. So all different types of vintage. And they're almost transparent. Looking at these, they look fairly transparent. So I reckon if I took the backing off that and put it on something, those stickers would be all but transparent. So the sticky note pad. Always handy. I use these sticky note pads for so many things, not just as a sticky note. These can be used for your collages or anything. Add them to your master boards. You know, there's so many other things you can use these little paper pads for. This is a vintage notepad. Oh, they're all different ones. They're not all the same. It's got the bulldog clip image on the top. So these are really cool too. Sweet. I love the colours. These colours go with everything. Another good reason to have this sort of subscription box is because you don't have to worry about the colours. No matter which month you get, in any month of the year, they're going to go with everything that you use in your journals. Oh, look, these are so pretty. These are little stickers as well. You know, the little lavender style. And this one says, life is great, not as bad as you think. You know, like those little stickers, they're good to just put anywhere. You can see the purple. It's so pretty. So pretty and so useful. Got another pack of just little pieces. Let's see whether they're just stickers or just little cut papers that you can use yourself. But look at that. How gorgeous is that? It's so sweet. Let me see. Now these are just straight out little pieces of paper. Little prints on gorgeous paper. The paper just feels so nice. You could slip these into pockets. These are also something that would be so commonly used. These are cling stamps. And these are also bulldog clip themed. So you've got notepads. We've got paper clip, push pin, and the bulldog clips. These are little paper clips. These are going to be so handy to put throughout my journals. Stickers of little bulldog clips. There's so many of them there too. Super, super handy. And another bulldog clip that I missed before. So I've got a pair. And some vellum paper, also clip themed. So we've got that piece, that one, that one, that one, and that one. What an awesome little pack. Okay, you saw it all come out of that tiny box. I'm going to clear this up and we're going to make a mini bulldog clip backboard. We're going to make a mini clipboard and I'm going to use the little notepad papers that are in this package. This is like chipboard. So it's good enough to be chipboard, but it's not overly heavy. So if you want to make a little clipboard that you want to use and you want it to last a bit more, you can either put 2 layers together, glue them together and then cut it out because it will give you a better edge, or you can glue 3 layers together. So you just put your 2 print sides together, glue them so that you've got your chipboard pattern exposed on either side. So that's one way you could make your backing for your board. Now a tip when you glue these 2 pieces together, on the shiny side of the packaging, just get a sandpaper or a sandpaper block and just rough those edges up a bit. The other way is to use a craft sheet cardstock. This is 280 GSM. In Australia we use GSM. I'll see if I can look up the pound for you. And this again is not overly thick, so I would double this as well. So I'll get that ready and we'll make one of each. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this into threes and make sure that it's bigger than what I need. So now I've got 3 layers and I'm pretty happy with those 3 thicknesses to make me a nice thick strong board. Now if I didn't have enough for 3 thicknesses, I can live with that being only 2 thicknesses. But I'm going to put the whole 3 together. Now I'm going to use the Helmer fabric glue. We get this here in Australia from Spotlight, and the equivalent to this is the Fabri-Tac. So I'm just going to glue these 3 pieces together. Now I want my glue to come all the way around the edge, so when I cut it off, it's going to stay down all the way around. And I'm going to push that down firmly with my bone folder. Okay, so I'm going to just go ahead now and cut this out. See here where my edges, they won't be as tidy as I want them. So I'm just going to cut them off all equally. Don't try and cut through in one go either. Do a few passes. That always works a lot better. If you want to round your corners, because on my original board, the corners are rounded. And you see they're not perfect. They're not beautiful. These are really old board. These boards are over 30 years old. I know for a fact that my punch won't punch these corners. I just made myself a template. I'm pretty happy with that corner, and I'm just going to use that on here. Okay, let's get some different ones. So I'll get 3 of these, 3 of these. So I've got a bit more colour in my board now, so it looks a bit more like a timber board. And I'm also going to randomly rough it up with a bit of the sponge. I'm not patting it, like pushing down totally too heavy. I just want to give it some variation. So just a plain piece of craft cardstock has now become your backboard for a little notepad. Now you could leave this on your desk, whether it's your craft desk or your office desk at work or whatever, but isn't that the sweetest little clipboard? A homemade clipboard that looks a bit old. I'm going to make another clipboard, and this time I'm going to use the packaging box. All I did was cut the lid off the packaging box, and I'm going to cut it down and then use this scrapbook paper to cover the front and the back. So I cut it down to the same measurement as I did the last ones. This time I'm not rounding the corners. I place the board on the scrapbook paper and work out how much I need to cut around. I cut that out. I use the Helmer fabric glue and glue that down. Then I cut off the corners and I'll leave a gap between the corner and where I cut off. Then I'm folding over the edges on all 4 sides of the board. I'm going to run a bead of glue right along the edge and then out on the flaps on the 2 long sides and glue them down. On the short sides, I pinch the top of the corners. That's why you leave a gap there when you cut off the angle part on the corners, so that when you fold it over, it just covers those corners perfectly. Just add a bead of glue on both of those ends, and when you glue that down, the corners are completely covered. And you just smooth it down with your hand or a bone folder, whatever you've got. Now with the other piece of scrapbook paper, because it's double-sided, I know it's going to match. I just cut a matte piece, which is a couple of millimeters smaller or 1/8 of an inch smaller than the board. I'll glue that down, and now I've got a double-sided clipboard. I can use either side of this board for my clipboard. It's finished. That's how quick and easy this one is as well. Using my packaging box. I waste nothing. So there's 3 different ways for you to make a mini clipboard. Don't forget to pop on over to Amanda's website and check out these awesome little vintage stationery subscription boxes. I'm Donna. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.